Shot his ass. Shot his ass again. Alright, man, class in session yet again, man. Welcome to another edition of the Heezy Hoopcast with Bread versus Yoga, powered by AnimalHeezy.com. I highly advise you to visit AnimalHeezy.com at your earliest convenience and invite yourself to betterness. Hey, fly high, my nigga Kahuna. Long live my nigga Ray Jew. Jerseys hanging from the rafters to the end of time. I miss both of y'all, my nigga. I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. But hey, shit, this one right here, He's a Hoopcast ain't got shit to do with hoops. I just do this other shit sometimes because I love having a podcast for all of the shit that I can't really say in 140 characters or a series of tweets, and I can't say it with the tone and tenor that I actually want to say it with. You know, so much gets lost in translation through text, so, you know, some of these things have to be talked out. But definitely, I got my little take on this Remy Ma versus Nicki Minaj shit. First, we got Shaq versus JaVale McGee. Now we got Remy versus Nicki like 1-2 days later. And you know what? You see, this is exactly what the white man wanted. First, they wanted our men to fight. They wanted the old generation to fight with the young generation. And now they have our women going at each other's necks for us to clap and applaud and cheer on. This is a part of the plan. Stay woke, dog. Nah, but seriously. Shit, I mean, I'm a huge rap fan. I'm a huge fan of rap beefs and disses and shit like that. I'm a connoisseur, I might even say. But I gotta throw my little 2 cents in on it because everybody going crazy and I feel different and I feel like I'm the only one that feels like I feel. But fuck it, 10 toes, I'm standing here. But hey man, all in all, look, I ain't never really been a fan of Nicki Minaj like that, or at least not the Nicki Minaj we've seen the most of, that we've grown accustomed to the most. Like, you know, people will reference the Beam Me Up Scotty Nicki, but we've definitely seen infinitely more of the mainstream Nicki Minaj character than the hardcore lyricist. And I think that's where some of this breakdown occurs. And I've actually been a Remy Ma fan since way back, since the battle with Lady Luck, since the Who Gives a Fuck Where You From remix with 3 6 Mafia and shit. Like, before Papoose married her, I was in love with her. I was like, oh, she is so gangster. She could have the key to my heart. She could move in and not pay rent. Oh, Lord. With that said, y'all gassed that SHEther song. Y'all gassed the hell out that song. It must be time to take Nicki down. It must be time for her star to fall or some shit. Or like niggas on Twitter said, Meek's L's must have been sexually transmitted. Cause this was it as fuck. But niggas acting like this shit just buried Nicki. And it's the general consensus across the board. And I'm almost alarmed at how many people took this as like a body. You know, because I was just like, yeah. But I say that niggas must have collectively decided to get Nicki out the paint and shit right about now, as soon as this disc comes out, because I don't know, when Meek and Cassidy first started their little thing, and Cassidy dropped the Raid Robert ass is dead thing, and Cassidy got at Meek with these bars sounding like they got saved and cryogenically frozen from 2006 and shit. And niggas went, that nigga dated, man. He can't fuck with this new shit. He can't fuck with Meek with them old ass bars. I remember that. Do you? But, however, when Remy drops a 6-minute track full of smack DVD bars on one of the 3 most epic diss songs ever in Ether, people are rejoicing. And make no mistake, them was smack DVD bars. I probably should have made some notes to kind of just break down how she was doing that old smack DVD flow where niggas is standing around, your homies is jumping in at the end of your line, ad-libbing your shit because y'all all, they heard the same verse so many times or y'all to practice this routine. Like she got that crowd jump in, my homies jumping in type of flow on this shit. And niggas didn't want it from Cassidy, but when Remy do it to Nicki, she dead. She dead. But I mean, the biggest problem I have with this shit is that, first off, you could never out ether. So I don't get the strategy in trying to ether somebody with ether when you can't out ether. You know what I'm saying? I think it was just a terrible strategy if you really gonna go with somebody, Nick. And the whole diss track is 6 minutes of bars from 10 years ago, rapped on a track from 15 years ago against the biggest female rapper ever. I feel like you gotta come way more correct than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if Meek Mill presented an issue with Drake and Drake come out with a diss song on him on the Takeover beat and call it the Drake over. And as much as y'all wanted Drake up out the paint, nigga, y'all wouldn't have stood for that shit. But Drake made it so undeniable with, back to back. Can I be honest? I still haven't heard the first song before back to back. What was it called? Charged Up. To this day, I have never heard that song. But apparently it was the 1-2. It was the 1 to the 1-2 and it worked. But Drake came correct. This shit is not coming correct. It's 6 minutes of bars from 10 years ago, rapped on a track from 15 years ago against the biggest female rapper ever. Okay. Is it also okay for me to make the point that people are saying Nicki got killed by a song with bars from 10 years ago on a beat from 15 years ago by a person that none of us can name 5 songs from? Seriously, name 5 songs. I'll wait right here. No, for real. I think I'm going to go make an omelet while I wait for you to name those 5 songs. Or Google them if Google knows. And it's not to disparage Remy Ma beautiful ass. No disrespect to Papoose. But I'm just saying we putting a whole lot of this. I think we really putting a whole lot more on this than it truly deserves. And I think the reason that we putting a lot on this is because it must be time to get Nicki out the motherfucking paint. And if I had to play timeline psychologist, I guess I reason that regular non-pop fan niggas like us have become so disappointed at how much of a character Nicki has become since showing all of this crazy promise on Beam Me Up Scotty, that we kind of happy that the hardcore lyricist that never went pop, never turned into a character, came around to humble her and her multiple personalities. I think that's what it is. And there's this natural urge for me as well as everybody else to compare this to like Drake versus Meek and shit. But I don't know if I've ever known Nicki Minaj as a battle rapper. Like Drake had successful battles way back in comeback season. Like I don't think, Drake didn't really ever took a real L on that shit. And Drake then handed some L's out lyrically. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I've ever heard Nicki Minaj spit a full 16 about anybody in particular with any type of venom in it. Like, she got shot, she took at Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown here and there and shit. But I don't know if I ever seen her make a song and go at somebody's throat. I don't even think that's really her lane. I think, you know, she graduated into a character because she's naturally an entertainer and shit. But, you know, as far as lyricists, she just want to give the bars. I ain't never really seen her just tear somebody to pieces with that shit or even try. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know Remy got pretty fucking personal on the song. That's like the only merit I can assign to that song is that she got as personal as you would like somebody to get on a diss track. She came with as much venom for Nicki as you would want somebody when you hearing a diss track. It was just poorly executed. But as personal as this shit got, I still think Nicki Minaj's best response to Remy would be none at all. No acknowledgement whatsoever. Oh, I think that would kill shit more than anything she could say. However, niggas forget that Nicki is a part of the same machine that Drake is. Them niggas is huge, and I think that because of how huge they are, Nicki could come out of nowhere and back to back Remy Ma ass. Like, with that machine behind her, if she wanted to, I feel like she could clap back in the epicest of fashions. The most epicest of fashions. I ain't saying she will do it. I ain't saying she would quote unquote win against Remy Ma. I'm just saying that I don't think her, Wayne, or Drake have fallen from juggernaut status yet. And inspiring juggernauts has been known to yield some fucked up results for people. The last time a nigga went at a juggernaut and won was Ether. And that was 15 years ago. And Nas still ended up working for Jay-Z. Best of luck, Remy. Stay out of trouble, girl. Kisses and hugs. But, yo, why did this even happen again? Why did she go at Nicki's throat again? Like, what did Nicki do? Because I be missing some of this shit, bro. Like, I take a couple days to act like I got an actual life. Keyword, act like I got an actual life. And I come back and the world is on fire. So I don't know. I have no idea how this shit even started. I just listened to the song because I saw so many people talking about it on timeline. She flamed it. Hey, I'm a nigga that like to hear a good flaming. And as a nigga who done heard plenty of niggas get flamed up over years, whether it be the 300 bars and running Game did against G Unit, whether it be Ether, whether it be Go to Sleep that Eminem did against Benzino and Ja Rule and them, whether it be Back Down from 50 Cent, whether it be the diss Troy Ave did on Joey Badass. I done seen a lot of disses, heard a lot of fire shit. T.I. versus Lil Flip. Crazy. I don't get that feeling from this Remy Ma diss. But that's just me. I'm just one of many. E pluribus unum. But that's my baked take on it. Animalheezy.com.